Welcome to Quizlet Land. Ready for a challenge? We have 50 quick questions. Your task is to spot the odd word in each set. Think you can do it? Let's find out. Which one is not a fruit? Which is not a color? Which is not a day of the week? Which is not an animal? Which is not a season? Which is not a shape? Which is not a type of weather? Which is not a vehicle? Which is not a vegetable? Which is not a drink? Which is not a planet in our solar system? Which is not a continent? Which is not a part of the human body? Which is not a sport? Which is not a tool? Which is not a planet in our solar system? Which is not a chemical element? Which is not a European capital? Which is not a part of speech? Which is not a type of rock? Which is not a classical composer? Which is not a programming language? Which is not a form of energy? Which is not a cloud type? Which is not a famous river? Which is not a chemical process? Which is not a European capital? Which is not a famous scientist? Which is not a chemical compound? Which is not a type of renewable energy? Which is not a programming language? which is not a type of transportation, which is not a famous landmark, which is not a type of animal, which is not a language, which is not an ocean, which is not a type of precipitation, which is not a type of bird, which is not a classical element, which is not a famous artist, which is not a historical figure, which is not a type of music genre, which is not a type of ecosystem, which is not a type of government, which is not a part of the solar system, which is not a chemical bond, which is not a math concept, which is not a type of plant, which is not a body part, which is not a famous scientist,